Who said that? Was the line actually uttered in court? If the glove don't fit, you must acquit, because that is like everybody's line, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that was Johnnie Cochran. Not only was he just a great trial lawyer, what made him such a great lawyer is his ability to be a storyteller, someone that can have captivating stories and you would want to listen to him. It was like going to, if you think about a church or you have just an exceptional pastor that you want to listen to, compare that to maybe you go to a church and the sermon is just horrific and you're nodding off and thinking about everything else. Johnnie Cochran had this ability to tell exceptionally compelling stories. And that's what makes a great trial lawyer, is someone who can storytell. Anyone can know the law. A 30-year law student can know the law. Hell, AI can tell you what the law is if you have a Lexis or a Westlaw subscription. We talked about that in a prior video. You can draft cross-examination questions, but what makes a great trial lawyer is the ability to storytell, the ability to put your client's story of innocence together and get in front of a jury and tell a captivating and compelling story where you're not preaching at a jury. You're not telling them what to think, but you're leading them down a story they want to engage in and where they want to write the ending. So a big key to this is you walk them all the way to the very end and the jury writes the ending, but it's the ending that you've kind of pre-scripted for them. And that ability to be a good storyteller, most people don't think about it when they go to law school, but that ability to speak, the ability to talk to people, the ability to, be entertaining and not in a humorous way, but to be able to get in front of a jury and talk for a couple hours. If they're going to tune you out, you're going to lose all your cases. And so that's what really separates great trial lawyers, are those that have the ability to take a very complex set of facts, oftentimes a set of facts that is highly problematic for your client, a set of facts that people might not want to talk to. Let's say you have a murder trial or a sex assault trial, and you can find a compelling story or a compelling narrative within those set of facts and be able to understand what that story is going to be before you ever walk into court. And all your cross-examinations are building up to that. And you're giving them bits and bits of information. It's almost like, they go through one chapter to another chapter, and you can see the jury starting to put it together. So when you're giving your closing argument, they kind of know the story and they want you to tell it. And you become the person they're listening to. You're not preaching at them. You're not standing on a soapbox and lecturing them. But you're the person they want to listen to. And if you do a jury trial well, when you stand up, you'll see the reaction from the jury that they are ready to listen. They want to hear what you have to say. And you become the arbiter of truth. You become the person they have learned to know, like, and trust. And that's what really separates great trial lawyers from those who just are inexperienced or haven't been doing it very long, or those people that just shouldn't be trying cases. And so often people say, well, why should I hire one lawyer over the other? A lot of it's just the ability to speak and the ability to, again, narrate and tell a good story. And I don't mean like some fictional story, but to tell the story of your client's innocence. And if you can't do that, you have no business trying a case. And that's why I think these videos are great, because these videos that we do, they're live interactions. I mean, there's very little editing that goes into these videos. They're not scripted. We don't come out and write a script and go through a teleprompter. And we basically jump online, and a few minutes before, we'll talk about what we want to talk about generally. You'll ask me the questions and I'll answer them. But it's that ability to have a conversation with someone that's entertaining and interesting that makes for a good trial lawyer, because anyone can learn the basics of how to try a case or how to do basic cross-examination. But it's that kind of intangible piece that makes a great lawyer. And Johnnie Cochran was probably the best to have ever done it, at least in my lifetime. And that's why good trial lawyers, we go back and look at these closing arguments. We look at closing arguments that were done by the greats, and that's what we learn from. We're not learning from some nonsense criminal law advocacy course that's taught at the JAG school, where you're going to have someone with 3 years of experience teaching people with 2 years of experience. You want to learn from the greats, and that's what I've always tried to do. If you're under investigation or charged with an offense under the UCMJ anywhere in the world, in particular in Asia, and you need an attorney that can fly out to you, get on the ground, and actually win your case, give me a call and we'll do a consultation. Get more information at www.bileckilawgroup.com or by contacting me directly.